inkulumo esikhulumayo.
This is a good question, but to pose to Gininda, because I did say that there was never a discussion between myself and Gininda.
You heard the testimony of Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe. He testified that he's attached to the organized crime division in Rustenburg. Will he have traveled all the way from Rustenburg to Alberton if he did not indicate to Brigadier Gininda that you are prepared to make a pointing out?
Wamuzwa ke yena umnumzana Khadebe noma Colonel Khadebe esho ke ukuthi usebenza ngaphansi kwethimba ke le organized crime division endaweni yase Rustenburg. Manje kokuzokhonakala yini ukuthi asuke yonke le ndlela le eze eAlbertine makuwukuthi ke akazange ke ayelele uye ke uBrigadier Gininda emtshela ukuthi ke ube nayo leyo ngxoxo nawe.
This witness is not privy to the telephone communication between Brigadier Gininda and Colonel Khadebe. Now, to expect this witness to comment on what they were discussing, when he says now for the umpteenth time that I was not there as Gininda, it's unfair, man. With the court, please.
Well, my lord, is to show the improbabilities of his version. He can comment if he so chooses, my lord. But we submit that it's
as the court please,
it's a fair question.
My lord, if Mr. Baloyi says to the witness, I put it to you as a proposition that Khadebe left Rustenburg because you had told Gininda XYZ, then I'll sit down. That's a different proposition.
And then when he says, why would Khadebe travel all the way from Rustenburg if he did not speak to Gininda that he would be assisting him to supervise the taking of pointing outs? It's different.
That's inviting speculation.
No, I'm not speaking. I'm addressing the question to you.
Yes.
You are saying, if he says, I put it to you, it changes the complexion of the meaning of the... It does?
Yes, it does.
Okay, you heard that, sir.
Well, maybe let's rephrase it. Are you suggesting that Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe traveled all the way from Rustenburg to Alberton without you having indicated your preparedness to make pointings out?
Manje ke wena usho ukuthi uHadebe ke usukele eRustenburg eza la eAlbertine makuwukuthi wena awuzange ke uvume ukuthi ke uzoya uyokhomba ke indawo yesihlakala.
Ukuthi uHadebe usuke kuphi anginalo ulwazi kodwa mina engushoyo ukuthi mina ngaze ngise ngikhulume noGininda ngaze kube khona engivumela kukho engivumelana naye kukho ukuthi ngizokwenza.
I do not know as to where was Khadebe traveling from, and what I said is that I did not have any conversation with Gininda with regards to a pointing out.
Angazange azakhuluma noGininda nangazi ifo lezayishoyo.
And I also never spoke to Gininda on the 4th, which he had made mention of.
So, Mr. Swiya, your version is that after you were booked out on the 5th of June 2020, you were taken to the same spot at Photographic municipal area to which you were taken on the 30th of May 2020. Is that correct?
Uthe wena umhla ka5 kuJune u2020 uye wathatha ke wayiswa kule ndawo le yakamasipala khona lapha eForslorust yona le ndawo owayiswa kuyo umhla ka30 kuMay kunyaka ka2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have just put the diary and the version of Brigadier Gininda to that Sergeant Mukhani was instructed to take you from Valeria to Alberton. Is there a reason why Sergeant Mukhani would have deviated from the instruction to take you to Photographic municipal area instead?
Brigadier Gininda ubhalileke e-diary yakhe noma ke encwadini yakhe ukuthi yena ke wakhipha umthetho noma ke umyalelo ukuthi ke uMukhani akuthathe akususe Valeria akuseke endaweni yase-Albertine. Ngabe sikhona yini isizathu esingenza ke uMukhani ukuthi ke angathobeli umthetho okhishwe uGininda?
Lo mbuzo lo uzoba right mangabuza kuMhani kodwa mina engushoyo ukuthi ngasuka eVeraria bangisa eFosorus.
That would be a good question to pose to Mukhani, but I still say that I was taken from Valeria to Phosphorus.
During cross-examination by Advocate Nisi to Brigadier Gininda on the 5th of June 2025, Brigadier Gininda testified as follows. Now, my lord, insofar as the assault, the allegation that he was assaulted there and then subsequently taken to Phosphorus where he was detained, I was not there. So I'm going to start on that part that I was not there when he was moved from Valeria SAPS to Alberton Police Station. Insofar as the briefing I got, I did not get the briefing that he was taken to Phosphorus. My understanding and the report I got back from Sergeant Mukhani, because he reported back to say, Colonel, at the time, I have now booked the suspect as per your directive at SAPS Alberton.
Utsike Brigadier Gininda ke nkosinkantolo mayelana ke nalezi insolo zokuthi ke washaywa ke umangalelo noma ke umsolwa ngaleso sikhathi uthi ke engikwazi ukuthi angikwazi ke ukuthi wathathwa wayiswa ke endaweni yase Phosphorus lapho wayegcine khona ngangingekho uthi mina ngizocala lapho ngisho khona noma ke ngizocala ngifakazele indaba yokuthi ke ngathi mina ke makasuswe eValeria Police Station ayiswe ke station samaphoyisa sase-Albertine. Ngase futhi ke ngiyawuthola nombiko lapho bangitshela khona ukuthi ke sebamthathile ke umsolwa bamuse ke khona lapho eAlbertine njengokusho kwakhe noma njengesicelo uBrigadier asifaka kuMukhani.
And furthermore, still on the 5th of June 2025, page 18, line 3, Advocate Nisi, when cross-examining Brigadier Gininda, said the following: do I then have to understand that a report that Mukhani gave you was per their instruction that they needed to drive from Valeria Police Station to Alberton Police Station where they needed to go and detain Mr. Sbiya for the purpose of the pointings out? Then at line 8, Brigadier Gininda answers, that is correct, my lord, but in addition to that, to say he must liaise with Colonel Hadebe, because I remember that I gave the number of Colonel Hadebe to him, and I also gave Colonel Hadebe Mukhani's contact numbers.
Umnumzana uNisi ke wabuza ke yena ke uBrigadier Gininda ngomhla ka-5 uJuni nyaka ka-2025 wathi ngikuzwisisa kahle mokuwukuthi ke uMukhani wakufanele ukuthi ke akunikezele enze ngendlela le omtshele yona noma ke alandele imiyalelo le owamnikela yona ukuthi ke makashayele kusuka ke eValeria Police Station aye ke eAlbertine Police Station. Kanti ke kulapho kufanele ukuthi igcine khona ke uMnumzane Sbiya njengoba wayo ezobhukwa out. Uthi ke uMnumzane Gininda mayephendula yena uthi kunjalo Nkosi enkantolo uma ngongeza kuloko kushilo ukuthi ke ngacela uMukhani ukuthi ke makakhulume naye kwaHadebe ngoba ke ngiyakhumbula ukuthi ke kwaba khona isikhathi lapho nginikezela khona inombolo zocingo zaka Hadebe uMukhani.
Mayithi uGininda zitsolo akusizo insolo mina ngisho into enzeka kimi akusizo insolo mina ngathathwa eValeria bangisa ePhosphorus la bafike bangishaya khona mabesuka ePhosphorus basebe eAlbertine uma ngathiwa khona iAVL ibizosho ukuthi imoto zisuke eValeria zaya ePhosphorus asuke ePhosphorus zaze ziya eAlbertine kodwa ke ngenhlahla ikhona iOB eshoyo ukuthi mina eAlbertine ngifike ngobani isikhathi eValeria ngisuke ngobani isikhathi.
Gininda is not correct to say that those were allegations or accusations because I'm stating here what happened, and I was taken from Valeria to Phosphorus. If the AVL was available, it would point out that when did the motor vehicle move from one police station to another, but I am repeating to say that I was taken from Valeria to Phosphorus.
Kodwa ngoba ikhona i-OP iyasho
Okay.
ukuthi ngisuke ngoba nesikhathi eVeralia ngisuke ngo-8 eAlbertine ngafika ngo-12.
But there is an OP that would reflect the time as to what time did I leave and what time I left at 8, and then what time did I arrive back at 12.
Now, Mr. Sibia, is that correct that you pass Alberton when you go to Phosphorus? In other words, Phosphorus is after Alberton. Is that correct?
Kuyiqiniso ukuthi ke ifomoya ke eFoslor when you pass Phosphorus before you get to Albertine.
No, you pass Alberton
Alberton.
before you get to Phosphorus.
Undlula eAlbertine kuqala ngaphambi kokuthi uye eFoslorus.
Cela ukuyiphinda lento ngisuke eVeralia ngaya ePhosphorus bangisa ePhosphorus kule ndawo kamasipala engiyishoyo. Mabesuka ePhosphorus le ndawo kamasipala engiyishoyo base bengisa eAlbertine.
Let me repeat this statement. I was taken from Valeria, taken to Phosphorus to this municipal area that I was referred to, and then taken to Albertine.
Yingakho eVeralia kuvela ukuthi ngiphume ngo-8 eAlbertine ngifike ngo-12.
Which is why it appears that I was taken from Valeria at 8, I left Valeria at 8 and then arrived in Albertine at 12.
Yingoba beqale ePhosphorus kuqala base besuke ePhosphorus base beye eAlbertine.
Because they started first at Phosphorus before they went to Albertine.
Mr. Sibia, the question is the following. Is it correct that you first pass Alberton before you get to Phosphorus?
Iqiniso ukuthi udlule eAlbertine kuqala phambili ukuthi ufike ke ePhosphorus.
Cha akusili iqiniso.
That is not correct.
What is the position, as far as you know?
Ngokwazi kwakho ke ihamba kanjani?
Namanje ngiyasho sihambe sisuke eVeralia baya straight ePhosphorus kwamasipala la engashawa abafika ngishaya khona. Basuka ePhosphorus base beya edrobheni laseAlbertine epolice station yakhona.
I'm going to repeat this. We left Valeria. They took me straight to Phosphorus where I was assaulted, in that area, in that municipal area where I was assaulted. Then they went straight to now Albertine town.
Now, when you went to Phosphorus, did you go past Alberton or the Alberton off-ramp?
Niye manje ke Phosphorus niye nandlula eAlbertine noma ke nandlula ke uthela wayeka le noma ke kuthiwa i-off ramp eya eAlbertine.
Angazi ukuthi umshushisi ungibuza ngishuthi mhlawumbe ngisengisola ukuthi umshushisi uyangitrigger ngendlela angibuza ngayo ngoba ngikhuluma into straight sisuke eVeralia saya straight ePhosphorus sasuka ePhosphorus base beyengisa epolice station yaseAlbertine.
Mr. Prosecutor, I think now you are being tricky with your questioning, because I have stated that we left Valeria, we went to Phosphorus, and then after Phosphorus we then went to Albertine.
No, that is not the aim. What we're trying to establish from you is the town of Alberton. When you're traveling from Pretoria, do you first go past the Alberton, then Phosphorus, or what is the position? That is all.
I think the state wants to find out from Mr. Sibia as to when you travel from Pretoria to Alberton, would you normally pass at Phosphorus? It depends on whether this witness knows what road would normally be used when one travels from Pretoria to Alberton. I think the first question should be, Mr. Sibia, have you ever used a road from Pretoria to Alberton? Which road was it? Which areas did you pass? That will be a fair question. It's like when me, I'm asking Mr. Ramusipili, when you go to Gwandebele from Pretoria, would you normally pass a place known as Wachendrift? Mr. Ramusipili will not know that because he's never been to Gwandebele from Pretoria. That's a very unfair question.
That we will rephrase. Which road did you travel to get to Phosphorus on the 5th of June 2020?
Indlela enayisebenzisa ke ukuya ePhosphorus mhla ka5 uJune unyaka ka2020 nasebenzisa iphi indlela?
basebenzisa R21 baphuma R21 bangena R24 baphuma R24 bangena N3 baqonda straight bafika ba-oframe bangena ephosphorus baya lapha kwamasipala.
We used R21 and then took R24, then further took N3, then they took an off-ramp to phosphorus.
Baqala ngokusebenzisa u-N1 mabesuka ngapha eQueenswood basebenzisa u-N1 bengene ku-R21 beyongena bejoyine u-R24 bejoyine u-N3 bebheke ephosphorus befike be-oframe bengene ephosphorus beye lapha kwamasipala.
They would first use the N1 Queenswood Road and then take R21.
Mabesuka eQueenswood
Yeah.
mabesuka eVeralia basebenzisa u-N1.
From Valeria, they will take N1, then take R21, then take R24, and then take N3, and then off-ramp to phosphorus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, whilst on the N3, just to come back to the earlier question, did you go past the Alberton off-ramp?
Uthela wayeka lo we-Albertini niye namdlula manje ngabe niya lapha ephosphorus noma ke i-off-ramp le yase-Albertini niye nandlula njengoba niku N3.
Ngoba ngithi sasuka la eVeralia saya straight ephosphorus ziningi indawo esazendlulayo kodwa saya straight ephosphorus.
As I've indicated that we left Valeria, so went straight to phosphorus. There are many places that we passed on
Yes.
our way there, but we went straight to phosphorus.
Yes, we understand that. That's why we're asking specifically about Alberton. Did you go past the Alberton exit from the M3?
Ukusuka kuleyo ndlela leyo uthi umshushisi uyaqaphela ukuthi ke yebo nayindlu ningi indawo nayindlula kodwa ke njengoba niku N3 lo thela wayeka noma off ramp lo we-Albertini namdlula yena na.
Mina angazi sekumele ngize ngichaze kanjani lento le kwesekadolo ngoba ngikhuluma into straight ukuthi sasuka la saqonda straight ephosphorus sasuka ephosphorus saqonda straight eAlbertine.
My Lord, I do not know now as to how to answer this question. I did indicate that we left Valeria and then we went straight to phosphorus.
Sengithola ngathi manje senginombuzo ekufanele ingcindezele shuthi lenkulumo engiyikhulumayo kube ngazi ngikhuluma yona ngoba ngikhuluma into eyenzeka kimali yala ukuthi sasuka la saya kuphi sasuka kuphi saya kuphi.
I feel now this line of questioning is there to oppress me, to give this court an impression that whatever that I'm saying, it's not correct. As far as to from where did we live and where we went.
Now, when you left phosphorus, did you go back on the N3?
Mansuka ke ephosphorus nina phinde futhi nabuyela ku N3.
Masuka ephosphorus bese sabuyela ku-N3 futhi.
Yes, from phosphorus we went back to N3.
And did you travel back in the northern direction, in the direction of Alberton?
Naya futhi nilibangise ke direction ye north, we north ibheke eAlbertine.
Angazi ngokwe-north kodwa khona
Entshonalanga, uthi ke-
sabheka saya straight eAlbertine futhi police station yakhona.
I would not know about the north issue, but we went and proceeded straight to Albertine.
Your version is that on the 5th of June, you were taken to this municipal area in Phosphorus, the same area that you were taken to on the 30th of May 2020.
Ubufakazi bakho ukuthi ke mhla ka-5 kuJune wathathwa uyiswa kuleyo ndawo leyo esephosphorus lapho ke endaweni yakamasipala lapho ke washayelwa khona mhla ka-30 kuMay unyaka ka-2020.
Yebo, nawe
Yes.
eFive baphinde bangishayela khona futhi.
Yes, and on the 5th I was also assaulted there.
And this is the same place where an inspection in loco was carried out on the 4th of July 2025.
Kulapho ke ukwathatha wonke amathimba noma ke amalunga walenkantolo ahamba ke ayobona ke leyo ndawo leyo okumhla ka4 kuJuly unyaka kuwona lonyaka 2025.
Yebo ila engahamba ngobonisa khona inkantolo khona.
Yes, it is where I took this court to point it out to this court.
you'll remember that during the inspection in loco, we saw that there is a boom gate when you proceed to the place that you pointed out. When you leave Van Buren Road, the main road that goes towards the police station, when you turn out of that street into the side street, there's access control. You remember that?
Uyakhumbula ukuthi ke lapho masifika lapho kuleyo ndawo leyo masiyobona kwakune boom gate, singasebenzisa boom gate kodwa ke igate elikhulu lapho ke kusetshenziswa khona ukuthi abantu mabangena bakhona ungena bavuleleke, abaphumayo bakhona ukuvuleleka. Kuwona lo mgwaqo lo weFan Buren othi mawuphuma kuso ukuphuma kuwo lo mgwaqo lo uveleleke estation samaphoyisa. Uyakhumbula lokho?
Leya ndawo leya ngiyakhumbula, leya ndawo leyana i-bomb gate yakhona nomshushisi naye ngoba wayekhona nje laphana akaze ukuthi imoto yakhe ayihamba ngayo imvalele bemvulele ukuthi angene bese iphinde futhi emva kwayo iyavula. Leya nto ihlala ibheke phezulu, so ihlala ivulele imoto engenayo neziphumayo ayivali ivule leya nto leya ihlale imbheke phezulu waya.
Yes, I still remember the place. And furthermore, the boom gate that we are referring to, the prosecutor also knows that when he got there with his own motor vehicle, that he was not given access to enter, or they opened that underarm to open for him or close for him. The underarm there is always open, all the time.
And your evidence is that the vehicles then went through the same access control and parked at the same spot as on the 30th of May 2020, is that correct?
Ukuthi ke umhla ka 5 kuJuni ke unyaka 2020 benza ngalendlela benza ngayo ngomhla ka 30 kuMay unyaka 2020 bangena lapho bahamba bayopaka imoto zabo khona kuleyo ndawo babepake kuyo ekucaleni mhla ka 30 kuMay.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many vehicles were there on the 5th of June 2020?
Mhla ka 5 kuJuni ku2020 zazingaki imoto?
Angisakhumbuli sasinga.
I do not remember as to how many cars were there.
And how many, do you perhaps remember as to how many police officers were there?
Makuwukuthi uyakhumbula ke mhlawumbe amaphoyisa wona wayemangaki?
Ayimaningi inandawo ngisakhumbula.
I do not recall the number, but there were many.
More than 10
Mhlawumbe
police officers?
ngeqa isibalo sika 10.
Ngoba ngithi angisakhumbuli nje angikhumbuli.
I do not remember, as I've indicated.
During the inspection in loco, did you not estimate that the number of police officers who were there were about 10 or less?
Uma silapha ke endaweni sehlakalo lapho uye wahambisa inkantolo khona wayesikhombisa khona awuzange usho ukuthi amaphoyisa wayekhona lapho bekungaba amaphoyisa asesibalweni singaba mhlambe ku10 uya phansi.
Umuntu mayekhuluma inkulumo njengale usuke ekhomba ukuthi akakhumbuli.
If one should utter such a statement or a statement of that sort, that should show that that person cannot remember.
But did you utter that statement during the inspection in loco?
Kodwa ileyo nkulumo ke wayikhuluma wena mhlazana kuyobonwa lapha endawo.
Ngafike ngasho ngathi angikhumbuli wathi umnisi estimate ukuthi ayingaba mangaki.
I did say I do not remember. Mr. Mnisi then said I should estimate as to how many were there.
And what was your estimate?
Wa estimate wathini ke wena? Waqagela wathini?
Ngoba ngangiqagela impela kusinto esemqondweni wami angikhumbuli ukuthi ayimangaka amaphoyisa ayilapha ayingaba 10 kuya phansi ayingaba 10 kuya phezulu.
As I've indicated that I was indeed estimating it would have been 10 and below or 10 and above.
But did you use the number 10 to estimate
Kodwa ke unumber 10 lo uye wamsebenzisa njengenombolo.
as being the number of police officers?
This is very unfair. This is very unfair. The witness specifically says I said on the inspection in local day that I don't remember. Mr. Mnisi said, can you estimate, maybe there were 10 or how much? That's when then this witness came up with that number, 10, the state that is referring to now. And basically, I don't know what is the purpose of this, because, and let me just tell this court, my lord, it does not give us, or me, pleasure to keep on objecting to this kind of questioning, because that does not build my legal prowess. At least I need to object to things that are very substantive, not to such things, my lord. And I'm saying that with the greatest respect that I have my colleagues and everybody else here at court. If I should stand up here and object, at least I should be objecting on something that is building on my legal prowess, on my legal experience, not this, what is happening here.
Maybe it's just, and I want to comment on that. We just asking the witness on, it might be that the objection is unnecessary. We're just commenting on what the witness said during the inspection in loco. Are you able, Mr. Sibiya, or did you use the number 10 to estimate the number of police officers who were there on the 5th of June 2020?
Njengoba boqagela ke Mnumzane Sibiya uye wayisebenzisa le inumber 10 njengesicalo sakho sokuqagela ukuthi mhlambe bangaba yi10 kuya phansi noma bangaba yi10 kuya phezulu. Le number u10 wayisebenzisa.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngasebenzisa.
I think I used that number.
Thank you. You were made to alight from the vehicle and placed at more or less the same spot that you were placed at on the 30th of May 2020, is that correct?
Wehliswa emotweni wayobekwa eduzane nalapho noma ke kuleyo ndawo wabekwa kuyo mhla ka30 May ku2020.
Yebo besebenzisa le ndawo.
Yes, they were using that place.
You were made to sit and you were handcuffed from behind, but there were no leg irons, is that correct?
Uthi ke wahlaliswa phansi wawukhafiwe izandla zakho kodwa ke lezi insimbi zaseinyaweni bezingekho.
Yebo insimbi zasenyaweni angazi ngize ngifake insimbi zasenyaweni sese police station.
There was never a point where I was chained or had leg irons whilst I was kept at the police station.
Insimbi zasenyaweni ngiqala ukufaka manje 2022.
I started wearing these leg iron chains in 2022.
A plastic bag was then put on you and you were assaulted by these police officers, is that correct?
Base bavala ke ngeplastiki base bayakushaya ke lamaphoyisa kunjalo.
Angifaka iplastic ukuthi ngakhona ukuphefumula angikhahlela.
They placed the plastic on my face so that I could not breathe and then they kicked me.
Mangilokhu ngijikajika ngibhukuzeka phansi ayithola ithuba ukuthi angikhahlela.
Whilst I was rolling on the ground, it is then that they got the chance to kick me.
Yes. So they placed a plastic over you, over your face, and also kicked you. Is that correct?
Bakufaka lo plastiki mase baqeda bakhahlela.
Babengifake lo plastic belibele bengikhahlela.
Yes, they placed the plastic bag on me and then kicked me.
Where were you kicked?
Wakhahlelwa kuphi?
Emzimbeni.
On my body.
Do you know how many police officers kicked you on your body?
Uyazi mhlombeni ukuthi ke wakhahlelwa amaphoyisa amangaki ke emzimbeni?
Angazi ukuthi ayimanga amaphoyisa angikhahlela kodwa omningi babo bengikhahlela.
I do not know as to how many officers were kicking me, but most of them kicked me.
From your evidence, it appears that every time when you were assaulted, the assault took the same form. When you were assaulted at Letabong on the 30th of May 2020, they used the same method that you are describing now. Is that correct?
Ingathi ke indlela le ebebakushaya ngayo iyafana noma ngendlela wena uyichaza ngayo ifana nale ndlela le owashaya ngayo le endaweni yaseLithabong mhla ka-30 kuMay kunyaka ka-2020.
Yebo iyafana ngishaya abantu abayi-1.
Yes, it is the same because I'm being assaulted by the same people.
Abantu abayi-1 ama-traffic copper nalamaphoyisa agqoke uyi-private.
Yes, I was assaulted by the traffic officers and the police who were on their civilian clothes.
And also, when you were allegedly assaulted at Deep Kloof Police Station, they used the same standard form of assault.
Nalapha ke endaweni eseDeep Kloof basebenzisa yona leyo ndlela yokukushaya.
Yebo babengifake iplastiki bephinde bengikhahlele nakhona.
Yes, there was also a plastic placed on my face and I was also kicked.
And you stated in your evidence in chief that the purpose of the assault was that you should take them to where Mr. Senzo Meyiwa died. Is that correct?
When ukaze ukuthi ke isizathu sabo sokuthi ke nabakushaye kwakuukuthi bafuna ukuphoqelela ukuthi ubathathe ubayise lapho uSenzo Meyiwa ashonele khona.
Angaze ngisho kanjalo ngithi babengitshela ukuthi bafuna ngiyokhomba la kwashonela wafela khona uSenzo. Ngibatshela ukuthi angazi la wafela khona uSenzo mina ngoba ngazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo.
No, that's not what I said. I said they were telling me that I should go and point out where Senzo died. Then I told them that I do not know anything about Senzo's death.
Yes. But we have earlier on put it to what the evidence of Brigadier Gininda and Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe is, namely that arrangements were already made on the 4th of June 2020. Are you then suggesting that on the 5th of June 2020, they were assaulting you in order that you should go and point out where Mr. Senzo Meyiwa died?
Can you kindly repeat
Yes.
the question?
We put it to earlier on the evidence of Brigadier Gininda as well as Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe, namely that arrangements were already made on the 4th of June 2020 for the pointings out. Now, are you saying that on the 5th of June 2020 they were assaulting you in order for you to go point out the place where Mr. Senzo Meyiwa died?
Uyakhumbula ke ukuthi ke sezaveza ke inkulumo lana ukuthi ke kubufakazi bakaGininda ukuthi ke kwase enziwe vele amalungiselelo ukuthi ke wenziwe ngomhla ka4 kuJune ku2020 ukwenziwe uGininda noHadebe ukuthi vele wena so uvumile ukuthi uzoyokhomba lapho kwenzekalele khona isihlakalo. Manje wena uthi ke mhla ka5 mase ushaya lapho usho ukuthi bosashayelwa ukuthi ke uyokhomba lapho kwenzekalele khona isihlakalo yiloko okushoyo.
Ngiyaphinda lento mina akaze ngikhulume noGininda ngokuthi kumele ngiyokhomba kuphi kuphi. Ayikho into engangayikhomba la kwafela khona Senzo Meyiwa namanje angazi Senzo Meyiwa uthi wafela kuphi mina.
Like, I'm going to repeat this. I did say that I did not have a conversation with Gininda with regards to a pointing out, and I do not even now at this point know I do not know as to where Senzo Meyiwa died.
Now, I just wish to draw your attention to what Mr. Mgomezolo, the proposition that Mr. Mgomezolo made when he was cross-examining Colonel Khadebe on the 23rd of October 2023 at page 82, line 20. Mr. Mgomezolo, may I approach my lord? Accused is raising his hand. Thank you. Before that, maybe I'll start at line 16. Mr. Mgomezolo, so you won't dispute that the accused was transported from Valeria to Alberton Police Station on the 5th of the 6th month 2020. Will you not dispute that? Then Mr. Hadebe, yes, I won't. Line 20, Mr. Mgomezolo. May I approach my lord? Accused is raising his hand. Thank you, my lord. All right. Let's just put it straight as per my instructions. Accused person was transported from Valeria to Phosphorus police station. To Phosphorus where he was assaulted. So the proposition here by Mr. Mgomezulu is that you are transported from Valeria to Phosphorus police station.
Uvela ke ubufakazi.
That's not a proposition. The proposition is you are transported from Valeria to Phosphorus police station, Phosphorus where you were assaulted. It doesn't say you were transported from Valeria to Phosphorus station, police station, and it ends there. That's not what is read from the record where Mr. Mgomezulu put that proposition.
I really don't understand the objections of Advocate Nisi.
The basis of the objection, my lord, is that the proposition it is now put to this witness is totally indifferent from what it has been read from this record.
Okay, fine.
As what Mr. Mgomezulu put to Mr. Khatebe.
Okay. Just read. Just read.
Yes.
Yes.
You say it's line what?
It's line, from line, we are reading from line 16
16 to
24.
24.
Yes.
Dr. Sibanda, can you read that? Because the accusation is that Mr. Baloyi is not reading what is written or typed on the typescript. So just read line 24,
No,
sorry,
line-
16
Line 16, yes.
to 24. It's page what?
Page 82, my lord, the
Hello?
proceedings. Page 82,
Page 82. On which
that's
date?
correct, 23 October 2023.
23 October.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let's hear
Okay,
you.
it reads as follows, Mr. Mgomezulu. So you won't dispute that the accused was transported from Valeria to Albertine Police Station on the 5th of the 6th month 2020. You will not dispute that, Mr. Hadebe. Yes, I won't. Paragraph 20, Mr. Mgomezulu. May I approach my lord? Accused is raising his hand. Thank you, my lord. All right. Let's just put it straight as per my instructions. Accused person was transported from Valeria to Phosphorus police station, to Phosphorus where he was assaulted, he was tortured, and the nature of the assault was choked with a plastic bag in his... Is the court, please? Yes.
Okay, transported
Yes.
from Valeria to Phosphorus police station.
Police station, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Lana ke mnumzana ngumezulu ke ebuza ke mnumzana Hadebe uthi ke mnumzana Hadebe angeke uze ke ukuphikise ukuthi ke ngomhla ka 5 ngomhla ka 5 kuJune kunyaka ka 2020 umangalelo noma ke umsolwa wathathwa ke asuswa eValeria ayiswa ke eAlbertine police station uthi cha angeke ngikwale lokho mnumzana ngumezulu uthi inkosi yenkantolo ngingathanda ukuthi ngikhulumisane ke nomangalelwa ngoba ke phakamisa isandla sakhe wase uyabuya uthi ke ngicela ukuyibeka ngalendlela eshiwo umangalelo ukuthi ke umangalelo uthi ke wathathwa eValeria wayiswa ePhosphorus police station kuleyo ndawo ashayelwa kuyi lapho ke bamfaka khona uplastiki bamshaya
angazange ngazange ePhosphorus police station ngiye endaweni kamasipala ePhosphorus kodwa ke lokho okubhalwe la ingoba nasekuqaleni ngingafunda igama lami ebhalwe Moses bathi nguMoses Sibiya okukhomba ukuthi umuntu obhalile ngenzeka ukuthi uyenzile imistake ngoba mina ngobezwe bamtshela ukuthi endaweni kamasipala ePhosphorus la bengishayelwa khona la ngabonisa khona ikatolo ukuthi mina ngishayelwe la
I was never
ngishayelwe la nge-20 nge-30 ngashayelwa la nange-5 June 2020.
I was never taken to Phosphorus police station, and I wish to bring it to this court attention that remember that there was an error with my name. It was stating Moses Sibiya, And I believe that this person might have made a mistake when they said Vosloorus police station. I was never taken there. I was taken to the Vosloorus municipal area, as I've indicated.
You see, he made that proposition after taking instructions from you, according to the record.
Ukuya ke ngaleli record, wakusho lokhu emva ke eqeda ke ukukhulumisana nawe.
Mayethi umshushisi ngakusho usho kuphi? Vosloorus police station.
Are you saying that, are you referring to the Vosloorus police station
Yes.
part?
Yes.
Uthi yebo umshushisi.
Cha, namanje ngiyaphinda angaze ngize ngishayelwe eVosloorus police station, ngashayelwa endaweni kaMasipala eseVosloorus.
Even at this point, I'm disputing that I was never assaulted at Vosloorus police station. I was assaulted at the municipal area.
This why ngenza isibonelo ukuthi umshushisi ulethe iphepha elibhalwe Moses sibili. Izolo belethe elibhalwe Vusi sibili. Ukuthi mina akaze ngize ngithe Vosloorus police station, ngathi mina endaweni kaMasipala eseVosloorus.
Yesterday, there was a document that was brought here with name Vusi. Today, there was a document brought written Moses. As I'm indicating again that I was never assaulted at Vosloorus police station. I said the place was in Vosloorus where I was assaulted at.
Now, if you say your legal representative then made a mistake, did you correct him?
Makuwukuthi uthi ke umnumzana Ngomezulu wayenze ke iphutha uye wamlungisa.
I think that is very unfair of the state to keep on referring to Mr. Ngomezulu having made a mistake. Fast forward, the very same area that Mr. Sibiya actually testified about, he tried to give a definition of that same area to me. I did not understand it. He gave a very broad definition. He tried the best that he could. I did not get exactly what is it that he was trying to say. He was speaking about the police station, he was speaking about the municipal area, he was speaking about the golden spot that is housing a lot of places, which is the reason why ultimately at the end of the day, I said for this court to understand what Mr. Sibiya was actually referring to, it's best that an inspection in loco should be held. And this court gave correctly so in order that we should go and have a look at that area that Mr. Sibiya is so trying to, is trying the best of his ability to explain what is it that he's trying to bring to me so that I can convey it to the court, man. So to keep on saying that that place was a police station, it's a misnomer.
Yes, Mr. Baloyi.
Well, I don't know if Advocate Nis is arguing against the record, against what stands on record. We're going on what stands in the record and the answer of the witness, my lord. I really don't understand.
As it is the court, my lord, there are so many things in the record that in one way or the other, the context thereof needs to be understood. So if Mr. Baloyi says I am arguing against the record, that is his own understanding, which is wrong. Because he's approaching this whole scenario in a piecemeal, he's adopting a piecemeal approach in his analysis of this whole scenario. If the record wants to say that the place where Mr. Sibiya was assaulted at is a police station, then there would not have been any need for this court to make an order that we should go and have an inspection in loco, to basically go and see for ourselves what is it that Mr. Sibiya, in his explanation, was trying to give to this court as a place where he says he was allegedly assaulted.
Mr. Advocate Nis will be well advised to argue these points when the time comes. It's the opportunity for the state to cross-examine, and we're entitled to cross-examine on what stands in the record. If he's got his own interpretation, or if he wants to persuade the court to put a certain interpretation, by all means at the end of the case. But at this point, it's the state's opportunity to test the version of the accused, and this is what we are doing.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Sibiya, you just before your counsel made an objection, you said your then legal representative possibly made a mistake.
Uthe ngaphambi kokuthi ke ubaba umnisi Sukuma ukuthi ke akavumelani nangendlela lo mbuzo ubekwa ngayo. Wena ubuso impendulo yakho bekuwukuthi ke kungenzeka ukuthi ke umnumzana uMngomezulu owayewummeli wakho ngaleso sikhathi wenza iphutha.
Cha, akaze ngisho ukuthi uMngomezulu wenza iphutha. Ngithi mina angaze ngize ngishayele endaweni yaseFosorus epolice station. Ngithi mina la okubhaleke khona akubhalekile ngendlela engashawa kuyo mina la engashawa khona. Lapha ya umshushisi uGininda uthi mina nguMoses Sibiya. Umshushisi uyayilungisa manje uthi yena uMoses Sibiya. Shuthi umshushisi yena ungifaka entweni uGininda angangifaka kuyo. uGininda shuthi wayekhuluma noMoses Sibiya. Mara umshushisi manje uthi umshushisi yena uGininda wayekhuluma noMoses Sibiya. Kodwa uGininda lapha ya ubhale Moses Sibiya. Wabhala umuntu wayesho lapha ya umshushisi akaze imlungisa uGininda sikhathi lesuthi akusiye uMoses Sibiya uMoses Sibiya. Kodwa namhlanje umshushisi mina sezothi uma kukhulume uGininda ethi Moses Sibiya uthi umshushisi hayi akasho Moses usho uMoses Sibiya kodwa uGininda ubhale lapha uthi Moses.
Let me first bring it to your attention that I never said Mngomezulu made a mistake. What I'm saying that what is written here, it could be written wrong because I was never assaulted at Fosolorus police station. Secondly, the prosecutor has brought a document which was written Moses, and when I brought it to his attention, then said it's supposed to be Muzi, and Mr. Gininda never involved me or was talking to a Moses, not myself, and the prosecutor now is involving me, changing this Moses to a Muzi. So I'm saying that there could be the person who had typed here, it could be an error on their part, but I was never assaulted at Fosolorus police station.
Ngashayela kwaMasipala ngeFosorus.
I was assaulted in Fosolorus at the municipal area.
Mr. Sibiya, are you able to say as to which teams of police officers assaulted you at the Fosolorus municipal area?
Uyakwazi ukusitshela ukuthi ke iliphi ithimba lamaphoyisa elakushaya ke lapha eFosolorus?
In other words, are you able to say as to which police officers were present when you were assaulted?
Uyakwazi yini ukusitshela ngamanye amagama ukuthi obani amaphoyisa ayekhona lapha mawushaya?
Yebo sengishilo ngasho amaphoyisa iTRT ajala iTRT ama traffic copper nama loco nalaba begqoka impahla zabo.
I did indicate that I was assaulted by the traffic cop officers and the police officers who were on their civilian clothes.
Yes, but you mentioned TRT. What about
Ukhulume
that?
TRT.
Cha, ngithi ama traffic cop.
I said traffic cop police officers.
Well, we have just confirmed that you mentioned TRT as well.
Uye walibiza ke leli gama elithi TRT.
Uma ungizwa ngithi TRT bengikhuluma igama wrong hayi ukuthi bengifuna ukusho lo gama lelo bengifuna ukusho ama traffic cop uthi ama traffic cop yiwangishaya.
If you heard me saying that word, it was a wrong word. I wanted to say traffic cop officers are the ones that assaulted me.
But why did you just deny that you used the word TRT?
Manje uyiphikelani ke manje udabula ukuthi wena usebenzisile noma ulibizile ke?
That is very petty. It's very petty. There is always a slip of a tongue. That's a human nature. A slip of a tongue does happen. On many occasions, the state will say something that it did not actually intend to say, simply because it was a slip of a tongue.
My Lord, Advocate is answering questions on behalf of the client. Can you just allow the state to continue with cross-examination? Let the client answer for himself. Now, and the record will demonstrate that he used the word TRT, we then denied it, and we just asking him, why did he deny that he used the acronym TRT?
Yes, let's go on.
Yes, do you have an answer?
Una impendulo ukuthi ke manje why ubuliphika manje legama elithi TRT?
Yebo.
Yes.
Yes.
Ingoba bengafuna ukusho lona ebengifuna ukusho ama traffic cop.
Because it was not what I intended to say. I wanted to say traffic cops.
So the TRT police were not at Fosolorus municipal area on the 5th of June 2020.
Manje ke wawengekho ke lama TRT mhlazana ke ushaywa lapha ke endaweni kaMasipala mhla ka 5 kuJune kunyaka ka 2020.
hayi ngekho.
No, they were not there.
Yes. We wish to refer you to the proceedings of the 23rd of October, 2023, page 55, line 19. Mr. Mgomezulu, maybe we'll start earlier at line 16. Maybe line 15, Mr. Mgomezulu. From Vilera Police Station, then the court says Vilera Police Station, then Mr. Mgomezulu, Vilera Police Station, then the court says yes, then Mr. Mgomezulu. To forced arrest, and he was subjected to torture and assault by the TRT police, who then took him to Alberton. So, yes.
Mhla 23 ku-October kunyaka 2023 lapha ku line number 15 lapho ke umnumzana Ngomezulu uthi ke wathathwa wayiswa ke eFosloras lapho wafika wahlukunyezwa ilunga noma ke ithimba le TRT.
Namanje ngiyayiphinda lento le. Mina ngisuke eVeralia ngihamba namaphoyisa ayegqoke uprivate namaphoyisa ama-traffic cop.
I still maintain this statement that was taken from Valeria by the police officers who were on their civilian clothing and the traffic cops.
Angithatha angisa eFosloras endaweni kaMasipala.
They took me to Fosloras to the municipal area.
Lafike angishayela khona ama-traffic cop nalamaphoyisa agqoke uprivate.
It was the traffic cops and the police officers who were in their civilian clothes that assaulted me.
Ileyo nto engayitshena i-court nge-trial namanje ngiyitshena khona futhi.
It's what I told this court at the time of the trial, within a trial, and it is the same thing that I'm saying now.
So you do confirm that you said earlier on that you were not assaulted by TRT police there at Foslores municipal area?
Uyavuma manje ukuthi ke awuzange wena washaya amaphoyisa ama-TRT.
Angaze vele ngisho ukuthi ngashaya amaphoyisa ama-TRT. Ngithi amaphoyisa angishayayo ama-traffic cop namaphoyisa ayegqoke uprivate.
I never said I was assaulted by the TRT members. I did say that I was assaulted by the police officers who were on their civilian clothing and the traffic cops.
Do you have any comment now to this proposition by Mr. Mgomezulu that we've just brought to your attention? That to Foslores and you were subjected to torture and assault by the TRT police, who then took you to Alberton.
Manje ke lenkulumo ke sicela ukuyiveza manje iyasho ubaba uMngomezulu ukuthi ke wena wathathwa lapho ke wafika lapho ke eFosloras washaywa ithimba lama TRT ukuthi mabaqeda ukukushaya bakuthatha bakusa ke eAlberton.
Ngicela ukuphinda ngiyiphinde futhi lento leyo. Mina ngithatha amaphoyisa eVeralia angisa eFosloras ama-traffic cop namaphoyisa agqoke uprivate yiwo amaphoyisa angishayayo lapha ya.
I'm going to repeat this statement. I was taken from Valeria by the police officers who were on their civilian clothing and the traffic cops. They're the ones that took me to Fosloras, assaulted me, and took me to Alberton.
Now, Mr. Sibia, as we pointed out to you earlier on, is that correct that there is Van Buren Road that runs in front of the municipal premises in the direction of the police station?
Sikhulume la ngomgwaqo uVan Buren ke ukuthi mawuphuma kuye uVan Buren noma ke uholela estation samaphoyisa.
Is that correct?
Kunjalo.
Cela ungichazele ukuthi ukhole station samaphoyisa kanjani.
When you say that it leads you to the police station, what do you mean?
Is it correct that there's a main street? We established that it's Van Buren Road that passes the municipal, the Foslores municipal area.
Ukhona yini umgwaqo omkhulu okubizwa ukuthi uVan Buren ke oduzane ke nayo le ndawo yakaMasipala.
Ngiyalikhohlwa igama lalo yamgwaqo kodwa ukhona umgwaqo lo osuka eBosberg uze uyofika koThokoza.
I forget the name of this road. However, there is a main road that from uthi kusukela kuphi? From Bosberg. From Bosberg to Thokoza that comes up until Thokoza.
We've already canvassed this issue. There's also a fire station across the road.
Kunindawo eyicimamlilo khona lapho duzane nawo lo mgwaqo.
Yebo lapha eGosport ukhona.
Yes,
Ikhona.
yes, there is such a fireplace.
There's also a Ekurhuleni Metropolis Alcohol Testing Center on those premises.
Khona lapho kuyo yona leyo ndawo. Ukhona indawo ke lapho ke uthatha khona noma ke kwenziwa khona kucilongwa khona uma ngabe ke abantu bephuzile ukuthi mhlawumbe umuntu uphuze kangakanani khona lapho.
Angikwazi ukuyihlukanisa lento ngazi indawo yamasipala leya.
I am not in a position to differentiate the place. I just know the municipal area.
Yes. But is it correct that there are EMPD offices for alcohol testing on the same premises?
Kodwa ke kuyo yona leyo ndawo bakhona ke labo phoyisa lawo amaphoyisa omgwaqo lawo ke ahlolayo noma acilonga abantu ukuthi baphuze kangakanani.
Akaze ngwabona.
I've never seen them.
Is it correct that there are offices of Department of Home Affairs to the left of the spot that you pointed out?
Ngesandleni sesinxele lesi lapho uye wakhomba khona kune emahhovisi waka Home Affairs.
Mayithe sesinxele
Just
usho
left.
kanjani?
What do you mean when you say the left hand side?
Is it correct that there are offices of Department of Home Affairs next to the spot that you pointed out?
Kule ndawo le wasikhomba yona eduzane kwayo kukhona ke amahhovisi waka Home Affairs.
Yebo khona kodwa umshuthi mayithi kwa left ngiyadide ukuthi usho kanjani.
Yes, there are offices, but I am now getting confused when you say to the left.
Yes, if you're facing the fire station, to the left there are offices of the Department of Home Affairs, is that correct?
Uma ngabe ke ubhekene ke nalapha kubekwa khona izimamlilo. Asisandleni sakho sesinxele noma ke saka left kukhona ke amahhovisi waka Home Affairs.
Ngiyazi ukuthi ama-office ase-Home Affairs akhona lapha eGosport.
I do know that there are offices, the Home Affairs offices there at Gold Spot.
This assault that you described happened in broad daylight, is that correct?
Ukushaya kwakho ke kwenzeke emini likaba.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Mr. Sibi, you are saying that these police officers assaulted you in broad daylight in the precinct or within the vicinity of these offices that we've pointed out to you?
Usho ukuthi ke amaphoyisa noma ke udaba olukhulumayo wena ukuthi lamaphoyisa lawo akushaya ke emini likaba kuyo yona leyo ndawo leyo uwona lawo mahhovisi lawo esesiwabalile onke.
Amaphoyisa angishaya emini kwaba khona lapha ya ayengishayela khona. Ukhumbule mshutshisi kwakuyisikhathi se-COVID lapha ya. And ayengekho umuntu ayengazotesta utshwala wangaphuza.
Yes, the police officers assaulted me in broad daylight, and remember that it was during COVID times, and there were no people testing there because there was no one consuming alcohol,
Ikhathe eningi kwangasetshenzwa.
and in most cases people were not working.
Ngoba ngichazile ukuthi lapha ya ngoba ngangishaya lapha ya akekho omunye umuntu engambonayo ngaphandle kwalamaphoyisa la ayengishaya lapha ya.
As I've already indicated that at the time when I was being assaulted, I did not see any other person except for the police officers that were assaulting me.
Sorry, I just missed this point. Did you say you cannot remember as to how many police vehicles were there? Or are you able to give a number of police vehicles that were there?
Angazi noma ngikuzwanga kahle ke uthe usakhumbula yini ukuthi imoto zazingaba ingaki ezazikhona lapho.
Ngiba nenkinga ukubuyela embuzweni eminingi osekatolo ngibuye embuzweni owodwa kaningi ngibuye ngabe ngisazi ukuthi umshushisi mhlambe yini afuna ayiqondile ngami ngoba namanje ngiyasho ukuthi imoto Angikhumbuli imoto ukuthi zazingaki.
I have a problem, my lord, of going back to the same question because now I do not know what is the intention of this prosecutor in his way of his questioning. And I did say that I do not remember the number of the motor vehicles. I still maintain that I do not remember as to how many cars were there.
And leto kubuza umbuzo wodwa ingikhumbuza isikhathi lesibe ngishaye bengibuza umbuzo wodwa ngazi nokufaka Senzo Meyiwa lokhu ngibatshela ukuthi angazi lutho ngokufaka Senzo Meyiwa nala inkatolo ngiphinde ngidibana nalo inkinga lokubuza umbuzo wodwa kaningi fanele lokhu ngiphendula umbuzo kodwa kaningi waya.
And I'm being reminded now of the assault on me by them telling me that what is it that I know of the killing of Senzo. I go back to the same question. I've explained it and I'm now before court again explaining.
Ngibona ngathi angitholi i-fair trial ngendlela engibona ngayo ngendlela okwenzakala ngayo makuso.
I then feel that this is not a fair trial in the manner in which it's going on.
Yes. Mr. Sibia, we have to test your evidence and we have to ask you questions. That's the purpose of the whole exercise.
Kumele sibuvivinye ke ubufakazi kungendlela ekufanele senze ngayo.
As it is the court, my lord, this witness is correct. A question that gets repeatedly asked and the same answer gets repeatedly handed over is called a badgering of the witness. That is exactly what the state is doing. He's not asking this question in order to test credibility. He's only badgering him. And that is unlawful.
My lord, all that we did was to ask the witness just to confirm that did he indeed say that he cannot remember the number of vehicles, the police vehicles that were on the premises of Photographic municipal area. That is all. And he confirmed that he cannot remember what's. We don't think there's badgering, my lord. Anyway, moving on, you testify that you rolled on the ground during the assault. Is that correct?
Uthe uyawaginqika lapha phansi njengoba bebekushaya.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you in any way get dirty during the time when you were rolling on the ground?
Njengoba ke uloku uginqika lapha phansi uye wangcoliseka.
Yeah, impela zami zayingcolile vele.
Yes, my clothing was dirty. It was dirty already.
Dirty from what?
Yazingcoliswe yini?
Kusuka nge-30 ngishawa.
From the 30th, being assaulted,
ngingashintshi impahla ngigqoke impahla ezodwa.
not changing my clothes, say wearing the same clothing.
No, Mr. Sibia. We asked you in the context of the fact that you said you rolled on the ground. We are asking you, did your clothes get dirty from rolling on the ground?
Ngibuza lo mbuzo mnumzane Sibiya ngifuna ukuthola ukuthi ke njengoba uthi boginqika lapha phansi uye wangcola na njengesikhathi uginqika lapha phansi.
Yeah.
Ungcole ngesizathu sokuthi uyaginqika lapha phansi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and we asked you from what?
Da wangcoliswa yini?
Angcolisa ukuthi ngigqinqa phansi ngiyakhahlela.
What got me dirty was that I was rolling on the ground and I'm being kicked.
Now, we have previously drawn your attention to Exhibit GG in brackets 1. These are photos of the that were taken on the day of the pointings out, the 5th of June 2020. Now, these photos, is it correct that these photos were taken shortly after your alleged assault at Photographic municipal area?
Lezi ithombe zathathwa nje emva kwesikhashana uceda kushayo lapha eFosloras. Lezi ithombe mabazithatha.
umshutshisi mayithi emva kwesikhashana angi-understand kodwa bayithatha ngalolo suku lolo engangade ngishawa ngale phosphorus.
I do not follow, Mr. Prosecutor, when you say that, when you say a short while after that, but I know that they were taken on the same day.
Now, we are going to show you photos 2 and 3 of Exhibit GG 1. Similar, it's almost 3 minutes to 1. Shall we take the long adjournment? We'll prepare the photos
Okay.
at 2 minutes.
Well, you- 1 o'clock.
What is it?
Yes, ma'am?
Yeah.
No, take my lord.
Mr. Sibiya, just before we proceed from where we left off, earlier on, when the diary of Brigadier Gininda was shown to you, you had problems in the sense that your name or the name Moses Sibiya was transcribed on the record.
The name? Moses.
Yes.
Uyakhumbula ke masibonisa ke i-diary yakhe ke uMr. Gininda. Bekuvela igama lakho belivela njengoMoses Sibiya.
And you indicated that it's not you.
Wathi wena akuwena.
Yaba ngisiyena uMoses mina.
Yes, I am not Moses.
We just want to show you the original exhibit, Exhibit KK, that was handed up in court on 5 June, line number 3. It says 7:30 duty on. At 8:30 informed Sergeant Mokhani to take the suspect. Then it says in brackets, and we're going to spell the word, it's M-O-Z-I, Sibiya.
Usike
It's
uye
yes.
wangena ke emsebenzini ngo-7:30 noma ke ibhalwela ngale ndlela ka-7:30 ngo-8 ke uyabhala ukuthi ke ngiye ngacela uza kwethu omunye ke ukuthi ke athathe umsiboshwa noma ke umsolo ngaleso sikhathi bese ke bafaka ngaphakathi kwama-bracket ke uzokufundela ukubhala ukuthi M-O-Z-I Sibiya.
Do you have any comment?
Unothanda ungakuphawula la?
Aish, kunzima ukuthi ngiphawule ngoba i-diary kaGininda uyowabhalela kodwa mina ngisiyena uMozi.
It is difficult for me to comment on this because it's Gininda who wrote on his diary and I am not Mozi.
Yes. But you are called Mozi, is that correct?
Kodwa ke ubizwa ukujwayelekile ukuthi wena uMozi.
M-U-Z-I, Mozi.
M-U-Z-I.
M-U-Z-I, Mozi.
Yes. Thank you. Then moving on from where we left off, we were at Exhibit GG in brackets 1. We wish to show you photo 2 and photo 3.
Can they please just move the TV because I want to see. Yeah, come on.
Bantu uyisemuva.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes. Mr. Sibiya, earlier on you testified that there at Phosphorus municipal area, you were kicked and you also rolled on the ground during the assault, and you mentioned that your clothes got dirty. Can you just indicate on this photo any indication that you were or anything that indicates that you were assaulted and that you rolled on the ground?
Yes. Objection, my lord. For starters, the state must address the court before imposing that question on the quality of this photo. We don't know whether the quality of this photo is of such a nature that it can show what the state wants this witness to show. But it is then unfair for the state to ask this witness to show whatever that they want this witness to show without having had addressed the quality of this photo. Thank you, my lord. That is just
When was
my
that photo
first
taken?
point.
My Lord, Sergeant Mapakela testified
Yeah.
about the photos. The quality of the photo was never raised. He gave his evidence. The photo was taken on the 5th of June, 2020.
5th of June,
5th of
2020,
June
by, who's the guy by the
by
name?
Sergeant Mapakela.
Right?
My lord, that could have been so. That the quality of these photos was never raised then. But because there's a specific item that the state wants to put to court, it's the state's duty to first address the quality of this court and convince the court that on the basis of the quality of this photo, then they are in a position to continue to ask that question.
Yeah. You hear the argument. What section is that? And is there any law pertaining to that aspect, if you know it?
Well, my Lord, as we indicated, is for the witness to answer questions. We are not aware of any provision in any law that says when counsel asks a question to a witness, then his legal representative can object and raise issues such as quality. We have ad nauseum indicated, my Lord, that if there are issues that Advocate Nisi wants to argue, that can be argued at the end of the trial. He can, for instance, argue that in light of what he thinks the quality of the photo is, that no reliance should be placed on that. But he cannot speak or object when the state seeks to get an answer from a witness regarding his own testimony.
Yes.
In as much as there is no any law according to the
you've got to
state.
quote, so wait. You've got to quote me your submission. Is it based on law or what? If it's based on the law, I want to be educated.
It
But
is
tell
well
me
within
the-
my right,
Hello?
my lord, to raise
It's
an
what?
objection. It is well within my right
I see.
as a legal representative
So you don't have
to raise an
any, you don't have
objection.
any law
A law in relation to what?
to what you say this prosecutor must prove. You say he must prove the quality of the photo. You don't have any law. You don't have any authority which
No,
you,
but my lord,
which you can.
I don't.
Mr. Mnisi,
That's-
you are saying this with this gentleman, Baloi.
Yes.
He's got a duty. You say the state has got a duty to prove the quality of the photo. Is that not so?
Yes.
Now I'm asking you, where do you get that?
No, I am saying
Oh,
that the state, before asking that question,
yes,
has got to demonstrate
yes.
that the quality of this photo is of such a nature
terms
that
of-
they
in
are
terms of
able
which-
to then
okay,
to
fine,
proceed
no
to ask
problem.
that question.
No problem in terms of which section, legislation, or authority.
That's not how to deal with an objection, my lord.
That's how I demand an objection to be addressed.
Oh, okay, no, thank you.
You don't have.
Oh,
You don't have any law.
No, I'm not saying that there's no law.
No, I want.
But I am saying, my lord, that if the court says it demands that,
Yes.
then I'm saying thank you.
Because any submission we make in this court must be based on some legislation, law, or section.
No, my lord, we've made so many submissions. in
You don't have
court
any law to
without-
quote.
Okay, no, thank
Fine.
you, my lord.
You are allowed to display. This witness is at liberty to say this photo is torn, it's not visible, it's not whatever. He can say anything. The witness, when he sees that photo, it's within his rights. Okay.
Thank you, my lord.
because these very photos are evidence before this court. And they were taken, we also all know that they were taken by an officer, not an officer, a police officer. And we all know that according to, and I'm not saying it's true, according to Khadebe, the photographer took the photos in his office. And Khadebe is the colonel who was seized with supervising the pointing out. And I'm not saying the pointing outs were correctly done or they were done at all. I'm just quoting Kininda. Okay.
As the court pleases. Mr. Sibiya, are you able to point anything on this is photo 2 that indicates that on the 5th of June 2020 at Photographic Municipal Office, you were kicked several times and that you rolled on the ground, and as you indicated that your clothes became dirty. Are you able to indicate that on photo 2?
Kulesi sithombe sesibili ke noma sisibiza le ukuthi photo number 2 uyakwazi yini ukukhomba ukuthi ke mhla ka5 kuJune kunyaka ka2020 lapho eFosloras lapho endaweni yaka masipala la oshayelwa khona uthena ke impahla zakho zazingcolile uyakhona ke kulesi sithombe usibonisa ukuthi zazingcole kuphi
zingcolile lepho malibuka nje alibona ngcolile le lapho.
The clothes are dirty even when you look at that those pants they are dirty.
You are at liberty to indicate where you say your pants are dirty.
Ungakhululeka noma ukhululekile ke ukuthi ukusho ukuthi kuphi nendawo lapho othi wena ke leli bhruku lingcolile.
Lingcolile lokho le lapho lena le jacket yakho ngcolile ngayo.
The entire pants are dirty. Even on the jacket is also dirty.
Le icathulo zingcolile.
Even the shoes are dirty.
Next photo. This is the this is your back part. Are you able to point to anything on the photo that indicates that on the 5th of June 2020 at Phosphorus municipal area that you were kicked repeatedly, that you rolled on the ground, and that your clothes were dirty as a result?
Isithombe ke lesi ingemuva salesa sithombe saka number 2. Ukukhona lini la ungakwazi ukuthi ukhombe khona ukuthi mhla ka5 kuJune washaywa ke lapha endaweni yase Phosphorus lapha endaweni yaka masipala wakhahlelwa waginqika phansi. Khona yini ukubona kule sithombe ungakukhomba ke okushoyo ukuthi lezi impahla zakho zingcolile?
Yebo zingcolile, ngiyayibona zingcolile zonke.
Yes, I can see my clothes are dirty, all of it.
Are you able to point to any specific area, or are you saying the whole of your clothes are dirty?
Uthi zonke le impahla ingcolile noma ikhona indawo le ukwazi ukukhomba kuyona ukuthi kungcolile la?
Zingcolile nje zonke.
The entire
Umzimba wonke ungcolile lezi impahla.
the entire clothing on this picture it's dirty.
Thank you. All right. You were then placed from Phosphorus municipal area. You were put back in the vehicle and you were driven to Alberton police station. Is that correct?
Wasuswa ke wasungeniswa ke emotweni khona lapho kusuka lapha endaweni kamasipala wangeniswa emotweni bashayela baya nawe ke esipolice station samaphoyisa sase Alberton.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's an exhibit which has already been referred to by Advocate Nisi. The extract of the SAP 10 from Alberton Police Station, extract of the occurrence book. There's entry 317 at 12 o'clock. It's 317/326. It says, suspect handed in for pointing out by Sergeant Mohane of National Cold Cases Investigation Unit. It says, Muzi Stemba Sibia on CAS 636/10/2014. It says, murder, in brackets, false arrest, free from visible injuries.
I-entry lena ke kule ncwadi leya SAP 10 efundeka ke ngalendlela ilandela umhla kwa-5 kuJuni kunyaka ka-2020 kungolesihlanu. I-entry number yakhona ithi 317/326. Isikhathi ithi u-12 noma ithi 1200. Uthi ke umsolwa ulethiwe uSergeant Mohane khona lapho ke osebenzela ke yona i-National Cold Cases Investigation Unit. Uyasho ke ukuthi ke uze nomsolwa okumuzi Stemba Sibia, case number 63610 of 2014. Uthi ke icala athweswa lona icala lokubulala Phosphorus. Uthi ke lo muntu lo akanako ukulimala okubonakalayo.
Angaze ngize ngibulale kodwa ukulimala kimi kwakukhona.
I have never killed, but there were injuries that were visible. The witness is touching his wrist, both on his hands, his wrist.
Ngangilimele.
I was injured.
And the marks on the wrist are from chafing as a result of the handcuffs, is that correct?
Kwakuhlukumezeka kwama-handcuffs noma ke kuginqiginqikeka kwama-handcuffs.
Cha kwakudala ukuthi ngiyashawa.
No, it was the cause was that I was being assaulted.
Now, what type of injuries were on your wrists?
Manje ke kwakulimala okunjani ke kwakusezandleni sakho?
Kwakudala ukuthi ngishawa ngihlunyezwa ngifaka ama-handcuff noma ngilokhu ngiyakaza ama-handcuff ayangena mayilokhu engena ayangilimaza.
The cause was that I was being assaulted with a cuff, and whilst moving, the cuts were cutting through or cutting in my skin.
Esikhathi mangishawa lokhu ngijika lapha phansi ama-handcuff ayangena ayangilimaza la ezandleni.
I was cuffed, and whilst I was rolling on the ground, the cuffs were seizing in or cutting in my skin as I'm moving.
Nokuthi iphoyisa lingiphakamise ngawo lingivuse phansi lingivuse ngama-handcuff ayangilimaza futhi.
And also suffered the injuries of the cuffs because a police officer lifted me up with the cuffs.
But that incident that you are referring to, where you say you were lifted up with your handcuffs, that you say happened on the 30th of May 2020.
Kodwa lokho ke ukuthe kwenzeke mhla ka-30 May 2020 ukuthi ke na iphoyisa likuphakamise ngama-cuffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. But the point that we are trying to get from you, Mr. Sibia, is that you say you were assaulted on the 5th of June 2020, again at the Phosphorus municipal area, but here in Exhibit KK, the extract of the occurrence book at 12 o'clock, it says you're free from visible injuries.
Uthe wena washaya mhla ka-5 kuJuni ke unyaka ka-2020. Kuyabonakala la ukuthi isikhathi ewalethwa kuso ngaso u-12 kanti kubhalwe ukuthi ke wena wawungenako ukulimala okubonakalayo.
Ngoba ngithi ukulimala ngangilimele kwakubonakala. Ukulimala kwami kwala ezandleni kwakubonakala. Okwangingabonakali lokho ukulimala ngangilimele khona la emzimbeni.
I did say that the injuries from my wrists were visible, but the only injuries that were not visible is in my body, where I've indicated that I was internally injured.
ngoba lo muntu uma ebhala lama ethi akubonakali akasho ukuthi akukho ukulimala uthi akubonakali kodwa ukulimala kukhona uyazi naye.
He knew that there were injuries, but if he says that no visible injuries, that does not mean they were not there, the injuries were not there. And he also knows that there were injuries.
You were then placed in the cells at Alberton Police Station, is that correct?
Wafakwa ke emaselini wase-Albertine kunjalo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who fetched you from the cells to take you to where Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe was?
Ubani ke oweza emaselini wazokulanda ukuthi akubise lapho ke uKenel Khadebe akhona?
Angisakhumbula ukuthi ubani ongilandayo.
I do not remember as to who came to fetch me.
Were you perhaps fetched by Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe himself?
Walanda mhlawumbe uyena uKenel Khadebe.
Angisakhumbula.
I do not remember.
In your evidence in chief, you testify that you were taken out of the cells to a container where you found two people. You got to know one as Khadebe, the other one had a camera. Is it correct?
Uthi ke wena ekuchazini kwakhe ebufakazini bakho uthi ke wathatha wasiwa ke kwi-contain lapho ke wathola ke abantu ababili khona wase uyazi ukuthi ke omunye walabo bantu uHadebe kanti ke nomuntu ophethe ke i-camera.
Yebo ngabazi ngabo kanjalo.
Yes, that's how I met them.
Would that be correct to say that you are stating here that you found Khadebe and Colonel Khadebe and the person with the camera already in a container that was used as an office?
Uyavuma ke ukuthi lapho wathola ke abantu ababili ukuColonel Khadebe kanti ke nalo uphethe ke i-camera wabathola sebengaphakathi kulelo container elalizosetshenziswa njengehhovisi.
Mhlambe angichaza angisho ukuthi ngibafice sebengaphakathi noma bangifice kodwa bona abantu enganginabo lapha ya kwakuuHadebe nalo muntu wecamera.
Uthi awusho ukuthi ubafice bengaphakathi noma bakufice ungaphakathi kodwa abantu wawunabo lapho ngaphakathi uyeke uColonel Khadebe nalo muntu wayephethe i-camera.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that whether they found me inside or whether I found them inside, but I'm saying those two people is the people whom I was with in that office.
See, Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe testified that he's the one who fetched you from the cells.
uColonel Khadebe ke uthi yena unikezele ngokufakazi ukuthi uyena owakulanda lapha ke emaselini ngokwakhe.
Do you dispute that evidence?
Uyaphikisa lokho kufakazini?
Bese ngishilo ukuthi angikhumbula ukuthi ubani ongilandayo.
I've already stated that I do not remember as to who fetched me.
In the proceedings of 23 October 2023, page 85, from line 18, Mr. Khadebe, in terms of the pro forma, my lord, the pro forma says he was brought to me in my office. He was not brought to me by anyone in my office, hence I did not complete it. I went and fetched him.
Ngomhla ka-23 ku-October ke kunyaka ka-2023 ku-page number 35 ku-line number 18 lapho uHadebe ke ethule khona ubufakazi bokuthi kunephepha la elibhaliwe ukuthi ke lo muntu walethwa ehhovisini lami kodwa ngiyakuphikisa lokho akazange alethwe umuntu ehhovisini lami ngamlanda mina mathupha.
Lalela.
I'm listening.
Do you agree with the evidence of Colonel Khadebe?
Uyavumelana yini nalobufakazi baka-Colonel Khadebe?
Mina ngithe angikhumbula ukuthi ubani wangilandayo.
I said that I do not remember who fetched me.
Now, from your evidence, Mr. Sibia, it's not entirely clear as to what happened when you met, or when you were with Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe there in the office or in the container?
Ufakazini bakho mnumzane Sibiya ke akucacile kahle ukuthi kwenzakalani phakathi kwakho ke noma ke ngalesikhathi unokhe Colonel Khadebe kulela office noma kuleya container esebenziswa njenge office.
Did Colonel Khadebe go through exhibit?
Uthi umshushisi ke akucacile kahle ukuthi kwenzakalani phakathi kwakho naye uHadebe ngalesikhathi onaye lapha ke e-office.
Did he go through exhibit GG with you, the pro forma? We wanted to show you the pro forma. Did he go through this pro forma with you? Exhibit GG.
Nali ke iphepha ekufanele ukuthi ngabe liyagcwaliswa ke silibiza ke ngokuthi pro forma.
engabe sigcwaliso ubani?
Who is to complete this document?
Well, Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe testified that he's the one who completed this form, this pro forma, when he was having a discussion with you.
Unikezele ngobufakazi ke uColonel Khadebe ukuthi uyena ke owayegcwalisa la, gcwalisa ngendlela yokubhala ngalesikhathi noma ngalenkathi anengxoxo nawe.
Akaze ngimbone uHadebe ebhala.
I never saw Khadebe writing.
Are you saying that during the course of your interaction with Colonel Khadebe there in the office, you never saw him, or he never went through this form with you and you never saw him writing? Is that your version?
Inkulumo yakho ichaza ukuthi ngalenkathi ulapha ke kuleya container kulela office nayo Colonel Khadebe njengoba nilibele nikhuluma awukazi umbone abhala.
Akaze ngimbone ebhala.
I never saw him writing.
Are you then able to shed any light as to where, as the origin of this form exhibit GG, if you say you did not see him write down anything?
Njengoba uthi wena ke awukazi umbona ebhala ndawo ungasichazela ukuthi mhlambe leli phepha libuyaphi?
Angikho esimeni sokuthi ngingachaza izinto eziqhamuke noHadebe ukuthi ziqhamuka kuphi.
I am not in a position to can explain as to where things that came with Khadebe come from.
Mhlambe uye umuntu ongakhona ukuphendula lo mbuzo lo uma ngambuza ukuthi iqhamuka kuphi.
Maybe he'll be the one who will be able to answer that question as to where does this document originate from.
Yes, as already indicated to Mr. Sibiya, he testified that he completed this form whilst having an interaction with you.
Ushilo ke sekubufakazi bakhe bamukelwe lapha mkwenkundla ukuthi ke leli form wayeligcwalisa ngenkathi ekhulumisana nawo noma ke enengxoxo nawo.
Ngoba ngisho ukuthi mina akazi uHadebe ngibone ebhala likho iform aligcwalisa enami.
As I've indicated that I've never seen Khadebe writing and then he never completed a form with me.
The form consists of 5 pages. The pro forma itself,
Leli form lona linamakhasi awu5 la liphelela khona.
Lalela.
I'm listening.
and there's a statement by Muzika Ukwelela Stemba Sibiya, which consists of 3 pages.
Bese kuba nestatement ke esaka muzika ukhulelwa Stemba Sibiya. sinamakhasi awu-3.
Ngiyaphinda sikho statement engasenza kuHadebe.
And I repeat that there is no statement that I've made to Radebe.
In your evidence in chief, you mentioned that after photos were taken before you got into the motor vehicle to go to the places where pointings out were to be made, Colonel Khadabe made you, or that you signed certain documents. Is that correct?
Kuyiqiniso ke ukuthi noma ngikuzwe kahle mawuthi ke mawuqeda ke kuthwebulwa ke izithombe kuthiwa ke uyiswa endaweni yesigameko uthi kunamaphepha owasayindiswa wona.
Uma ngikhumbula kahle ngithe mina angazi ukuthi amaphepha angisakhumbula ukuthi amaphepha angisayinisa ngasiphi isikhathi uHadebe.
If I remember correctly, what I said was that I do not remember as to at what stage did Radebe make me sign those documents.
And angazange ngize ngikhombe indawo yesigameko.
And I never pointed out the place of the incident.
But in your evidence in chief, you testify that photos were taken and thereafter you signed certain documents.
Kodwa ke bufakazini bakho ke uthe wena wathwebulwa izithombe emveni kwaloko ke wasayindiswa amaphepha.
Izithombe ngayithwebula ngathwetshulwa izithombe amaphepha ngawasayina kodwa angisakhumbula ukuthi ngiwasayine siphi isikhathi.
Photos were taken of me and I did sign documents. However, I do not remember at what stage, at what time did I sign the papers.
You testified as follows: after they took pictures, there are papers that I signed.
Uye wafakaza ke ngalendlela elandelayo ukuthi ngathejulwa izithombe emveni kwalokho kwaba namaphepha engiwasayindayo.
Namanje ngisho kanjalo.
I'm still saying that.
But the impression, and you can correct if this impression is incorrect, is that after the photos were taken, before you got into the vehicle, you signed certain papers.
Isithombe ke osakhile mawusho kanjalo ukuba ngathi wena bothi ke mawuqeda nje ukushutha ke noma baqeda ukuthatha ke izithombe wasayinda lawo maphepha ngaphambi kokuthi bakufake emotweni kodwa ke uzongitshela uma ngabe ngenza iphutha.
Cha angaze ngize lokho umcabango wamshushisa umcabango acabanga ngawo yena. Kodwa ngicela ngicabangela ukuthi lokho engikushilo ngicela ukuthathe njengoba kukanjalo engacabangela ukuthi ngishuthi ngisho ukuthi.
No, I think the prosecutor is what you think, Mr. Prosecutor, and I must request that you don't think on my behalf. Can you just please take what I say?
Ngoba uma engafaka umbono kulento le engikhulumayo kungenzeka uthatha direction wrong umbono wakhe.
Because it would happen that if you are to put your own opinion on what I say, then you'd be taking a wrong direction.
Let's look at your evidence, Mr. Sibiya. Your counsel asks you, Colonel Khadebe says he introduced himself to you. He went through a form with you before leaving the office or container. And your counsel asked you, did you sign any form? And your answer was, no, Khadebe didn't read out from papers to me, but before leaving the container, there are papers that are signed.
Umbeli wakho uye wakubuza ke umbuzo ukuthi kukhona yini lapho uye wasayinda khona ke amaphepha uye wasayinda mawuqeda ke ukuthathwa izithombe lapho noHadebe kulelo gumbi lelo noma leyo container lelo. Wena impendulo yakho kwaba ukuthi ke uHadebe akangifundelanga lawo maphepha lawo, kodwa ke ngaphambi kokuthi ke siphume kulelo office ngawasayina, kunamaphepha engawasayina.
Emva kokuba sengisho ukuthi ithwebe namaphepha engawasayina kodwa kusiphi isikhathi angisakhumbuli namanje.
After the photos were taken, there are papers that I had signed. I just don't know at what point.
And your counsel then, as he was leading you, he asked you at which stage, and your response was, I signed after I was made to undress and photos taken.
Ummeli wakho aqhubekela phambili wakubuza ukuthi ke ngasiphi sayinde lawo maphepha lawo ngasiphi isikhathi. Impendulo yakho kwaba ukuthi ke mabangiqeda ukungikhumulisa mebeceda bathatha izithombe ngiye ngasayinda lawo maphepha.
Mabeqeda ukungikhumulisa bengisho ukuthi ithombe maphila ngiqoka ngisho ukuthi ithombe. Ngathatha kodwa ukuthi ngathi emva kwesikhathi singakanani noma ngisho exactly ukuthi mangiqeda manje ngenza manje ukuthatha isikhathi angaze ngize ngisho kanjalo namanje ngikhumbula ukuthi wathathe kwangisayina emva kwesikhathi singakanani namaphepha.
Yes, they made me to undress, take pictures of me, and then got dressed again, and then they took pictures of me. What I'm saying is that I do not remember at what point, or immediately after, or later after. So I cannot remember at what point exactly did I sign the papers.
Then the next question by your counsel was, did Hadebe ask you as to why you must sign papers? Your response was no. He didn't explain, he didn't go through the form with me.
Ummeli wakho waqhubekela phambili ukuthi ke wakuchazela yini uHadebe ukuthi kungani kwakufanele usayinde lawo maphepha. Impendulo yakho kwaba ukuthi ke cha akazange angifundele wona futhi akazange angichazele wona lawo maphepha.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is it then correct, Mr. Sibiya, that before leaving for the pointings out, there are certain documents, certain forms that you signed?
Ngaphambi kokuthi ke nihambe lapho niyokwenza ke inkomba noma ke yokhonjwa ini ndawo yesihlakalo kunamaphepha owasayina.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to show you a signature on or signatures on exhibit GG, starting from the first page. There's a signature at the bottom, and next to it there is a thumbprint. Are you able to identify the signature and the
Kuleli khasi
thumbprint, or to comment on them?
kuleli khasi lokuqala ke kuso lesi statement esiwu-GG noma esiwubufakazi number GG kunesiqivizo lana nokusayina umsayindo la uyakhona ukubona noma ke ungathanda ukuphawula kuloko kubili.
Ngoba ngisho ukuthi uHadebe angisayinisa amaphepha isignature yami.
As I've indicated that Hadebe made me sign papers, the signature is mine.
And the thumbprint?
Isiqivizo somuno lesi sona.
Kungaba ngesami noma engiqinisekisa ngoba ngikwazi ukuqinisekisa lesi siqivizo.
It could be possibly might be mine, but I cannot confirm that.
The next page, there's a signature and a thumbprint.
Kune signature futhi la nesiqivizo somuno.
Signature yami.
This is my signature.
Ngasayina la kwakhomba khona uHadebe ukuthi angisayine la.
I was signing at the places, on all places where Hadebe pointed out to me to sign.
The next page, page 3, there's a signature and a thumbprint.
Nakule khasi lesithathu ke kunesiqiviso.
Your comment?
Signature uPaul uthini ngalokho.
Signature yami.
This is my signature.
Ngasayina la wayithi uHadebe angisayine khona.
I signed where Hadebe pointed out for me to sign.
The next page, which is page 4, there's a signature there just above the line that says signature and right thumbprint of the person who pointed out the scene and or points.
Bese lana kune signature khona ngaphansi kubhaliwe ukuthi le umcikiqo lo noma ke nesicikizo somuntu wakhe waka isithupha sakhe saka right swalo umuntu oye wayokhomba lapho kwenzakalele khona ke isehlakalo.
isignature eyami
The signature is mine,
kodwa ukukhomba akukho la ngakhomba khona okwenzakala khona isehlakalo.
but I never pointed out a place of incident.
Then the next page, page 5, there's also a signature there at the bottom and a thumbprint.
La phansi ke page leli landelayo kunesicikizo futhi kanti ke nesignature.
isignature le ngiyayibona eyami
I recognize the signature is mine.
Then there is a statement in the name of Musica Ukulela Stemba Sibia after the pro forma.
Sesiqedile ke ngaleli form bese sibhizi ngalo. Une statement lana ke ekuthiwa senziwe umuzi kayikhulelwa Sithemba Sibiya.
There's a signature and a
Futhi asikho
thumbprint.
istatement angasenza kuHadebe.
I repeat that there is no statement that I made to Khatebe.
But the signature that appears there at the bottom, whose signature is that?
Kodwa ke signature le evela la phansi. Eyakabani?
isignature yami
It's my signature.
ngasayina la uHadebe ayithi angisayine khona.
I was signing where Khatebe had pointed out to me to sign.
And the next page, this will be page, this is page 6. The next page is page 7. There's a signature at the bottom and a thumbprint. What is your comment?
Nala kule khasi elilandelayo ke page number 7 kune signature lana kanti nesixoliso.
isignature yami ngasayina la uHadebe ayithi angisayine khona.
The signature is mine. I signed where Khatebe had pointed out to me to sign.
Then the last page, there's also a signature and a thumbprint.
Okuyikhasi lokugcina ke nakhona lana kune signature kanti ke futhi kunesixoliso.
yabo isignature yami naku la uHadebe angikhombisa khona ukuthi angisayine.
Yes, this is my signature. It is where Khatebe had pointed out to me to sign.
ngoba bengeke ngasho ukuthi konke engangikwenza angikwenza uSawuHadebe akukho engangizenzela khona.
As I've indicated that everything that I was doing, I was made to do by Khatebe. It was not voluntarily.
So that just means that, did you say you were forced by Khadebe to sign, it was not voluntary?
Ukuthi wawenziswa ukugcizelelwa uKhatebe ukuthi ukwenze wawungakwenzi ngokuthanda kwakho.
konke engangikwenza ngikwenza noHadebe ngangingakwenzi ngentando yami.
Everything that I was doing with Khatebe, I was not doing it voluntarily.
Did he actually force you to sign, or did he merely point to you where to sign?
Wagcizelela yini ukuthi usayinde noma ke wakukhomba ukuthi sayina kuphi?
ithi konke engangikwenza ngoba uphoqelelwa ngamaphoyisa ukuthi ngikwenze. konke engangikwenza noHadebe angiphoqelelwa ngamaphoyisa ukuthi ngikwenze.
Everything that I was doing with Khatebe, I was forced by the police to do it.
ngishilo ngathi ngangivikela impilo yami konke engangikwenza.
And I did say that I was protecting my life in everything that I was doing.
Now, Mr. Sibia, we're going to go through this exhibit GG, with you to indicate that you are the source of the information that is contained here and no one else.
Uthi ke mshushisi ke sizongenelela la kulobufakazi lapho ke efuna ukukhomba khona ukuthi wena umuntu wanikezela ngale mniningwane ebhalwe la.
lalela kodwa ayikho imininingwane enganingana ngayo.
I'm listening, however, there is no information that I gave out.
You see, during the evidence of Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe, he was cross-examined at length regarding this exhibit GG, but nowhere was it put to him that he forced you to put your signature on the document.
Ngenkathi ke umnumzane Khadebe ela izothula ke ubufakazi bakhe abameli mase banikezelwa ke ithuba lokuthi bambuze noma bamvivinye ngemibuzo ke kwaba isikhathi eside lokho noma kwenzeka kwaba isikhathi eside kodwa ke akuzange kube khona isikhathi lapho ke kuvezwa khona iphuzu lokuthi ke uyena wakufaka ngaphansi kwengcindezi ukuthi ena usayinde lamaphepha.
Ngiyasho namanje ukuthi yonke into engangiyenza no Khadebe ngangiphoqeleka ukuthi ngiyenze ngengcindezi yamaphoyisa.
I did say, and I'm still saying now, that whatever that I was doing with Khadebe, I was under duress and I was forced to do.
Akhumbula ukuthi umshushisi ngisuke eVeralia mina ngasiwe Photographic ngawoshaba lapha.
Mr. Prosecutor, remember that I was taken from Valeria to Photographic and I was assaulted there.
Ngasuke Photographic ngasiwe Albertine.
I was taken from Photographic to Albertine.
Ukuba ngangaphoqeleka kwangengani mangisuswa eVeralia ngisiwe Albertine ngifike mhlawumbe ngo9 mangisuke ngo8 la eVeralia.
And if I was not forced, it was going to be a matter of me leaving Valeria at 8 and arriving at Albertine at 9.
You see, the main thrust of cross-examination by counsel when Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe was testifying was to show what counsel deemed as shortcomings or defects in the pro forma, but it was never disputed or it was never put to him that he forced you to append your signature to the form.
That was not the main thrust. If the state says the main thrust of the defense was to show that there were defects in the pro forma, that is his own interpretation. The main thrust of the defense, when Khadebe was cross-examined, was to demonstrate that this witness never went out voluntarily to point those forms. And in fact, he never pointed anything. All those points which he pointed at were points that he was instructed to point at. That was the defense thrust, not what is being put on record by the state.
Yes. My Lord, during the proceedings of 24 October 2023, page 24, at line 14, Mr. Mgomezulu, it is further my instruction that he was coerced to point at a place or that particular place that he did not know. He was never there previously.
He was never?
He was never there previously.
He was coerced to go to?
He was coerced to point at a place or at that particular place that he did not know. He was never there previously.
Uthi waphoqelelwa kusho ke umnumzane Mngomezulu ukuthi ke waphoqelelwa ukuthi ke makaye ayokhomba ke indawo angayazi kanti ke futhi indawo angakazi aye kuyona.
Ngaphoqelelwa phela.
Yes.
Yonke lento yenziwa no Khadebe lapha ya. Ngangiphoqelele ukuthi ngiyenze yonke wangesi ayikho engangayenza into kulamaphoyisa intando yami yonke into yakhona.
I was forced to to go there because everything that I was doing with Khadebe, I was forced by the police officers to do it.
And whilst we're still on this point, it was never put to Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe that he forced you to point down at the two places that you pointed out.
To point down?
Yes, as you put it in your evidence in chief.
Njengoba ke umnumzane Khadebe enikezela ngobufakazi bakhe la akuzange kuvele ke umbuzo noma ke iphuzu eliphikisayo ukuthi ke wena waphoqelelwa ukuthi ke ukhombe phansi njengoba
your evidence was that Khadebe instructed me to point down.
Wena ke ebufakazini bakho uthi ke uHadebe wakutshela ukuthi ukhombe phansi.
Ngoba ngisho ukuthi ngangiphoqeleleka ukuthi ngikhombe la ukukhomba khona Hadebe. Ingoba ngisho ukuthi mina ngishayiwe. Ngisuswe everalia ngawushawa eFosforus.
I was forced to point out where Hadebe was saying I should point. As I've mentioned that I was assaulted at Phosphorus.
Ngasho ukuthi konke engangwenza noHadebe ngangiphoqeleleka kungesiyona intando yami.
And I further indicated that everything that I was doing with Hadebe, I was forced to do it. It was not in my own volition.
Yes, it was never put to him that he coerced you to point down as you had testified.
Akuzange kubekwe kuyena noma ke akuzange kube iphuzu elivezwayo kuye ukuthi ke yena wakufaka ngaphansi kwengcindezi ukuthi ukhombe lapho phansi.
Objection, my lord. I think that's a question of terminology. It was put to Hadebe that he ordered this witness to point it down. The state wanted the defense to specifically use the term coerced. I think that it goes down to terminology. Because at no point did the defense ever alleged that this witness actually voluntarily pointed to those places out of his own volition. The operative word has always been he was forced, he was forced, he was forced. There could not have been a possibility that for this specific purpose, then the pressure that was mounted on this witness was relieved. And as and when he started then to point, he started to point voluntarily. That's not the understanding of what happened there. And I'm begging the state not to misquote the defense in this instance.
Well, I think it will help if Advocate Mnisi, when he makes an objection, to refer to the record or something tangible.
The state, my lord, with due respect, is trying to hide behind the finger. He knows that this witness has always been saying, and that was the defense trust, that whatever that he did on that day, he was coerced. It can't be selective in its approach of the facts of what happened on that day, as per the defense and as per this witness.
My lord, the point that we are putting to the witness is that it was never put to Hadebe that he, as Colonel Hadebe, forced the accused to point down the points that were pointed out, and we wish to refer to the record of the 24th of October 2023, page 24. It's from line 14. Mr. Mgomezulu, it is further my instruction that he was coerced to point at a place or at that particular place that he did not know. He was never there previously. Then Colonel Khadebe responds, he was never coerced by me, my lord, and he never reported ever being coerced by anyone else. So the point that we're making, my lord, is that it was never put to him that he, as Colonel Khadebe, coerced this witness to point down. That is all that we are saying, my lord. This is not, it is not borne out by the record.
Uthi kukho konke lokho sekakushilo ke umshushisi ukuthi ke iphuzu ebazama ke ukuthi ena baliveze ukuthi ke umzange kubekwe kuye ke uHadebe ukuthi wena wawungaphansi kwengcindezi ukuthi ke ukhombe noma wawugcizelelwa ukuthi ke ukhombe lapho wawukhomba khona.
Angazi ukuthi umshushisi understand.
My lord, I hear that this is.
Sorry about that. Yeah, there is a message which is traumatic, which has been told to the interpreter. It's a sad, sad message. So for those reasons, we should adjourn until tomorrow. Eh? What's your time?
It's 3 o'clock, my lord.
3 o'clock. Okay, fine. Sorry about that.
Ngiyocela kusasa ukuthi uqale kulo mbuzo awubuzile umsheshisi ukuze ngizondlula empendulweni yakho.
Come and attend to that tomorrow. Just keep that in mind. We'll start with that answer of yours or the question tomorrow, please. Thank you.
We shall play the record before we start.
Thank you.